You hear me? No? Yep. Ryan's trying to. Yep.
Can you hear me? No, I cannot hear myself. No. Beautiful day in Al Lang Stadium. I'm here with Drew Felios. It is the Eastern Conference champions, Tampa Bay Rowdies, going up against the winners of Group G, Charlotte Independence. Should be a great home opener here in Al Lang Stadium. Irvin Parra, the key man for Charlotte Independence, and Sebastian Guenzati, the key player for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. No injuries to talk about. Neil Collins, now I can hear myself.
There we go.
Woohoo!
Check. Do we have a lineup for them yet, for Charlotte?
Brandon Miller, Hugh Roberts, Kevin Riascos. Would be amazing.
Have a lineup.
Where's Jake?
Yeah. True.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm going to send it to you now.
What you got?
After winning the Eastern Conference Championship 6 months ago, the Tampa Bay Rowdies have unfinished business here in 2021. The quest for the USL Cup begins tonight here in St. Pete. Welcome to opening night, the most beautiful setting in the USL, the friendly confines of Al Lang Stadium, where the Tampa Bay Rowdies start the home slate against the Charlotte Independence. We're thrilled to have you along for the ride. Drew Felios, my partner Ryan Davis, is down on the field. Well, for the Rowdies, they returned 15 players from a season ago, a team that won a championship that did not get the chance to compete for the USL Cup. Ryan, with those new additions, how big are the expectations for the Rowdies this year?
Like you said, Drew, huge expectations. The culture that's been created here in Al Lang by Coach Neil Collins means those 5 new players that are coming in are expected to come in, fill their roles and deliver, while the 15 before continue the winning ways like they did in 2020.
For the Charlotte Independents, they come in a bit of a mixed bag here, but Irvin Parra, a key signing just a few weeks ago. How big will his role be this season?
Irvin Parra, just 2 years ago, was one of the leading scorers in this league. Last year, he had an off year. He has a fresh start now in Charlotte, and he's expected to deliver in the last third of the field for this Independence team.
And for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, there's Sebastian Guenzati. El Capitan is back better than ever.
The leader on and off the field, one of the leading scorers in the USL. He's expected to carry the load again, and he's going to have some company this year with Steven Dos Santos, Juan Tejada, and Lucky Mkusana.
All right, the Charlotte Independents and the Tampa Bay Rowdies, now divisional foes. They clash here tonight under the lights at Al Lang Stadium. We will kick off the 2021 season coming up next from downtown St. Pete.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. Baycare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our Baycare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. Baycare, humanity at work.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida Blue nurses are standing by for your call. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, here for the one place we call home.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Ready to start the Rowdy season. It's Tampa Bay, and it's Charlotte tonight for you on ESPN+. Should be an outstanding opening night here on May 1st as the Rowdies take the home pitch for the very first time here in 2021. Formation time presented by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. First, the Charlotte Independents. Ryan, Brandon Miller gets the start and goal. Who else stands out in this lineup?
Well, young Palomino, he's on loan from Houston, and he's going to be expected to make an impact in the last third of the field. Number 4, Mr. Arman, he's going to be the cog that holds that midfield together, the number 4. And of course, Hugh Robertson, number 3, their leading defender for the Charlotte Independence team.
And for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, a familiar 3-5-2. Evan Loro, tremendous job in 2020 as the keeper. Guenzati's got a new tag team partner up front.
Nothing like Steven Dos Santos, the man from Cape Verde. 50 goals in the last 5 years in the USL. He's a living legend, and he wears the number 10 tonight for the Rowdies. Zach Steinbringer at attacking midfield. And of course, the young player himself, number 27, Lawrence Wyke, gets the start.
Keep an eye on Connor Antley, also in the 11.
He wears number 2. First, our keys to the match. What do you see here from the start?
It is a home opener for the Eastern Conference champions, so expect aggressive, direct play, trying to get that opening goal and put the Independents on the back foot. Charlotte Independents, to get around that Rowdies press, are going to have to keep the ball out wide and pin the wing-backs back in the Rowdies' own half to prevent that creative play on the wings.
Emotional moment here in the pregame as the Rowdies celebrate briefly their 2020 Eastern Conference Championship. But players tonight begin a new journey. It starts here in Al Lang Stadium. Zach Steinberger ready to go, his 3rd season as a Rowdy. And this group should be as talented, as formidable as they've ever been in Rowdy's history. Forrest Lasso also with a score to settle.
With the back 3 setting up that foundation, it's just building off of that back 3. The Rowdies so sound in the defensive end, courtesy Coach Collins. Looks like Zach Steinberger is going to have the duty of kicking this one off.
Well, it's a warm night here, 81 degrees in downtown St. Pete. Feels a little bit warmer with the humidity. We are underway here in the 2021 season. Connor Antley, his first touch as a Tampa Bay Rowdy. Rowdies with pretty nice preseason, had a good mix. Played competition from the MLS, also NCAA Division II soccer, taking on the University of Tampa, in which they notched a 3-1 result.
Coach Collins was talking about how much these players just want to get the season started. After making it all the way to the end last season, you have to start the grueling first game in a long open season.
Feel like they've got the players and the chemistry. In the offseason, they've developed it. And tonight, ready to put it on display. Charlotte Independents finishing atop Group G a season ago. And they try and cross one in. That's Thomas Delviati out of France.
There's Jordan Scarlett. What a year he had last year. One of the leading players in clearances in the USL. Top 5 in passing. What a stellar performance by the Jamaican.
Yeah, Jordan Scarlett, thrilled the Rowdies are to have him back. Forrest Lasso in the back. USL Defender of the Year in 2020. Dos Santos watches it skate by and will send it back here to Miller. So now no more divisions with letters labeling them. Instead, it's the Atlantic Division, and these two sides are both going to be battling for years to come.
Well, both of them won their groups last year, Drew, with that COVID-19 shortened season, so I'm sure Charlotte Independents feel they have a good chance to cause some problems in this Atlantic Division. Brandon Miller, the leading save shot blocker in the USL last year, is back again, skippering the team.
Miller sending it long. Just underway here. Clay Dimmick, active as always. And now Charlotte trying to get everybody a touch.
Seems like Rowdies are just going to sit back a little bit here.
Independents working it now middle of the field. Jake Arman, midfielder out of New Jersey. And now switching the point of attack, it's Christian Dean. You can see early on, Charlotte wants to possess, just make sure the Rowdies do not have an all-out onslaught here because they know what Tampa Bay is capable of.
Well, one of the best ways to defend is to attack. So if you can keep the ball from the Rowdies, you can certainly prevent the Rowdies surging forward and getting that opening goal. And it's also a confidence builder. Everyone getting a touch on the ball, getting their confidence going. And looks like I'm sure Rowdies are going to do the same right now. It looks like Charlotte's going to try to press them really high and avoid any sort of possession in the backfield.
Ball one in the midfield by Charlotte. And this is Bronico, midfielder out of Maryland. Rowdies trying to win it back. Steven Dos Santos trying to get involved, and Tampa Bay will throw it in on the far side.
Well, even though Steven Dos Santos is a target type player, a target man as they call it, he's going to have to press. He's going to lead the pressing with Sebastian Guenzati. And he hurried the defender off the ball there to earn the throw.
So in this division, there's Tampa Bay, there's Charlotte, 6 other teams making up the Atlantic. So of course, obviously this is the first game, but 3 points here tonight by either side certainly goes a long way to start the year. And history tonight, the officiating crew, Ryan, all female for the first time ever.
Yes, there's Miss Tori Penso. She's leading the charge tonight and managing this game. And on the sidelines, the sidelines will be Brooke Mayo, Megan Mullen, and then the 4th official, Alison Nichols. They will be managing this opening game tonight in Al Lang Stadium.
Obviously, big time moment for these ladies. They have worked awfully hard, and they are ready for it here at Al Lang tonight. Jordan Doherty now crossing it to the right. This is Connor Antley, the brand new Rowdy. And a whistle will give the ball over to Charlotte.
Well, Connor Antley, the newcomer, as we see, the Frenchman himself, Thomas Delviardi, and Brandon Miller, the captain. But we see Connor Antley on this right-hand side, a little bit of a reserved sort of pick for Neil Collins. Usually the wing-backs for the Rowdies are so attacking and flair-like. So he gets the nod over Sebastian Dalgard tonight.
Independence. Cut off once again. You can download the new Rowdies app today. This app will give our fans the digital tools to get in the game, packed with features like a digital match guide, Rowdies content, tickets, and much more. The app available on both Apple and Android stores, or go to rowdysoccer.com. Six minute here in this 2021 season. Tampa Bay and Charlotte still battling for possession. Rowdies wanted a handball there, didn't get the call. Tampa Bay looked like they wanted to attack. Dimmick will track it down now for Charlotte and send it up the pitch.
Charlotte doing a good job so far avoiding this Rowdies press. Possessing the ball very well.
And there is Neil Collins in his 3rd full season about to begin as the Rowdies head coach. He has not just put together a great team. He's put together, as you said, Ryan, a system, a culture that right now is working perfectly.
Correct, and it makes it so easy for players who come into the system to fit in. They know exactly what's expected of them.
Aaron Guillen sending it out for Tampa Bay. Dimmick will trot over now and throw it in. Pretty even on both sides here to start. Jordan Doherty gets airborne and now winds up at the feet of Lawrence Wyke. So several new names we're calling for Tampa Bay, and Wyke, number 26, rather 27 out there tonight, is one of them.
Well, Lawrence Wyke, he's just an industrious type player.
Oh, this ball centered in the box, and the shot deflected and sent out, and Lauro comes up to thank Lasso and Scarlett, who also got in there.
Well, Evan Lauro is shouting at his defenders and midfielders right now, not picking up their markers. Wide open chance there, eventually a deflection earns the Independence a corner. Here it is, ball coming from the right-hand side. Excellently, just desperate tackle by Jordan Scarlett.
That replay brought to you by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg. Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg. Thrilled to have them as a sponsor of the Rowdies here this year. First corner kick. This one had some hook. Tried to hit it from distance, then bicycle kick is on, and Evan Lauro there to take it out of the air.
Well, Jake Arman with a good in-swinger. Zach Steinberger with the header outside. Good follow-up with Evan Lauro. You don't have 8 clean sheets by mistake, Drew. This guy knows exactly where to go. His goalkeeping awareness is just off the charts. You see goalkeepers flying around, diving. Evan Lauro just so reads the game and anticipates so well that he doesn't have to be so acrobatic and reactionary. He's there just before the shot's taken.
Rowdies now looking for their first scoring chance. Sebastian Dalgard had a touch. Thrilled to see him back, the left wing back for Tampa Bay out of Denmark. Scarlett. Again, tried to hit Guenzati, passing a little bit shaky early on for the home side.
Yeah, you can see the rust just starting to get knocked off. All the preseason. Here's Guenzati, El Capitan, Jordan Scarlett. All these key players just ready for the big moment.
Brandon Miller, the keeper for Charlotte, hometown guy. Excited to be back in Independence colors here this season as that one's sent out. And Deviardi will toss it in for the visitors.
You know, we talked about Forrest Lasso being such an integral part of the back line. Hugh Roberts in number 3 for this Independence. 73 clearances last season. Just a star defender, physical.
Antley, nicely done. Really physical in the midfield currently. Guenzati now trying to hit Connor on the run. And again, Connor Antley getting used to his new teammates. But I'll tell you what, his new teammates love what this young man can do.
Just the opening day sort of shakes right now, but that's going to wear off in the opening 20 minutes. As we saw Sebastian Guenzati coming all the way back to try to instigate something in midfield.
Independence now sending it back since 1947. Select, the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation, the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products, selectsportamerica.com.
You know, as much as these players wanted to get out here and start tonight, there still is a bit of rust. Everyone is still not as comfortable as they would be as 2 or 3 games in. You can see everyone just taking an extra second on the ball to get a few feet.
Also got, Ryan, pregame jitters, which is natural on opening night.
Oh, definitely. Commentators are no different.
About 2,000 fans at Al Lang tonight. That's the most that have watched this team live in a very long time. Had a chance to talk to our officials before this contest tonight. A little nervous as well, but they are ready for the challenge and they're thrilled to be here at Al Lang, making history. Rowdies now trying to build something from the back.
Interesting to see Sebastian Dalgard out on that left-hand side for the Rowdies. Usually it's Leo Fernandez.
Knocked up, top of the box. Guenzati switched over now. This is Wyke. Wyke puts it in range. He's had a chance that time, and you can see they're looking at that big target, Dos Santos.
Well, being direct is what we talked about in the opening remarks. And Lawrence Wyke immediately went for Steven Dos Santos at that last post, just trying to be aggressive, trying to find that final pass.
This pass cut off, and now flying in, Wyke. Rowdy's able to get it back. Look out, here they come. Sebastian Dalgard into the box, and he is cut off.
What a great defending in the end by Charlotte Independence. Dalgard, usually a handful with the ball at his feet. Independence just shrugged him off.
Once again, it's Dalgard, former Hartford Athletic. And settle in a little easier this year than last year. Took him a little while to get adjusted a season ago. Now a year under his belt in Tampa Bay. Scarlett will center it. Rowdy's trying to just slow things down a little bit right now and get some of that possession back.
Correct. Try to get some movement off the ball, get some chemistry going.
How about this guy, Jordan Doherty? And what a 2020 he had. So he tries to get it right in the middle of the defense. And now Tampa Bay trying to build something. Nice passing, right side. It's Antley. He'll cross it. And again, just a little bit behind his teammate. Possession continues here. Rowdies right now have got the Charlotte defense moving. Send it to Scarlett. Good numbers in place here for Tampa Bay. Aaron Guillen sends it back. 14th minute, scoreless. Great to have you with us tonight on ESPN+. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and our phenomenal crew. Happy to be back for another great season of Rowdy soccer.
Now, this is where the Rowdies used to be so dangerous in years past, switching the sides and catching the backside of the opponent.
Rowdy's attacking once more. Oh, just behind the feet of Steinberger. And you can see Ryan just a hair off on the timing. Now it's Guillen. He'll fire one inside the box. Knocked out once again. Charlotte trying to get a hold of things. Hugh Roberts, big number 3 in the back. Formidable foe. And now Lawrence Wyke again starting to be very active here for the home side.
Well, we talked about newcomers coming in and being part of this system and contributing. Lawrence Wyke seems to be fitting that mold of energy in the middle, box-to-box type player. There he is again. Sorry, that was Zach Steinberger. Now Wyke.
Wyke spreading it wide, giving Dahlgaard a chance. Dahlgaard tried to cross it, deflected, and now Wyke chasing it down again. Wyke again, puts it in the air. Oh, the header was on that time. Steinberger got it back, gave it away, and you can see Charlotte just bunched up, sitting back a little defensively.
They're crowding that box as soon as it goes on the wing because of the Steven Dos Santos threat. Good defending by Charlotte.
Well, Tampa Bay has afforded us most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com.
We had a conversation with Neil Collins about 2 days ago. We talked about the wing backs and how much creativity they bring. We've seen that Leo Fernandez is not on his familiar left-hand side. Looks like a lot of the play is going to have to come through the middle. And this man, Lawrence Wyke, is going to have to rise to the occasion, as to Zach Steinberger, to create chances for Guenzati and Dos Santos.
Scarlett on the ground this time. Independence waiting for it. Jake Arman. And again, tied up that time. It'll be a foul on Tampa Bay. Is going down as Junior E2. So far, Lawrence Wyke extremely active. Midfielder out of Bolton, England, out of Atlanta FC.
And we know what kind of organization Atlanta have, such a great youth system. Of course, having that MLS team that is so successful. Lawrence Wyke finding a new home here in Rowdy Nation.
Ball sent long, Lasso will let it go. And Evan Loro will tee things up for the Rowdies here in the 17th minute. Remember the last game for Tampa Bay at Lynn Family Stadium? Saw some clips of it in our open. Huge win over Louisville. One of the biggest wins in Rowdy's franchise history.
Oh, definitely. And it just capped off an incredible season by this Tampa Bay team. Zach Steinberger, the attacking midfielder, got that opening goal and set the tone for the Rowdies for the night.
Such an incredible moment with an incredible team. But one thing Tampa Bay has to realize, this is, even though they have a lot of the same players, this is a different team in a different year. And Ryan, just because they got there last year, nothing's going to be handed to them here in 2021.
Correct, and the fact that they have to start at game number 1 all over again is something like just climbing the ladder the next year. And these veteran players may not like it. They would like to get to the playoffs right away, but the regular season is there for a reason. Jordan Scarlett, like as we mentioned earlier on, top 5 in passing.
Connor Antley's got some wheels. Crowd is going to love him as the season goes on. Nice footwork. Gets it right in the middle of the box. Shot is there from distance. It is live and jumped on by Miller. Best opportunity thus far for Tampa Bay.
Great passing, started with Jordan Scarlett over the top. And a good ball into the middle. Look at the patience by Zach Steinberger, finding Lawrence Wyke. a great attempt. And Brandon Miller, being the leading goalkeeper in saves last year in USL, gets a hand to it and smothers it.
Ralph's Mob is alive and well. Skyway Casuals also great to see those seats a little bit more filled up here this year.
There's some happy faces in that stand. 2 years later, they're back.
_20th minute. Jordan Scarlett spearheading the back early on here for the Rowdies. Charlotte able to win this one. And this is Brant Bronico now, the midfielder.
Brant Bronico coming from Charlotte FC, MLS on loan. Played 66 games in the MLS. Talk about pedigree in that middle by the number 13 for Charlotte this year.
Christian Dean trying to get it right back. And now Dean slicing through the Rowdies' defense. Shot on the way, and this one's going to sail over the crossbar.
Well, great setup by Dean, the number 88. He came right through from the back. Versatile defender. Nice touch to Irvin Parra, rather. And he shot just wide.
Well, the USL committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project, striving to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud. Great initiative this season put together by the USL. Now it's Junior 2. 21st minute. Charlotte and Tampa Bay here on ESPN+. This is Deviardi, and the Independents will once again take a little bit of air out of the ball, slow things down.
Exactly the tempo they want, just to sort of lull this game into a 1-goal or 2-goal sort of 90 minutes affair.
Dos Santos now giving some chase. Seasoned veteran. Rowdy's certainly going to benefit from here this year as the ball goes across the touchline and Antley quickly throws it in.
Speaking about opening day shakes, looked like Brandon Miller was the victim of a sequence.
Antley now centers it. Jordan Doherty sends it back as well. By the looks of things early on, if you're a Rowdies fan, you gotta love the activity of Wyke and Antley, two of the new signings.
Well, Lawrence Wyke is doing exactly what he was told to do, bring energy in that midfield, and Connor Antley providing all that width on this right-hand side.
Sets it wide for Steinberger. Now back to Antley. Scarlett.
This is the moment you want to see Zach Steinberger sort of peel away and Lawrence Wyke peel away and start to create from the midfield. That's Gwenzati with a heavy touch. Great job by the Independents, coming back into a low block, as they would call it, and just not giving the Rowdies much room to play and to gel and to create some opportunities.
Steinberger applying some pressure. Do you think that pressure will increase here slowly from the home side, Ryan?
I definitely think so. Now that the jitters have just about worn off, 20 minutes in, you're going to start seeing the guys in the green shirts play a little bit more lively, a little bit more confident.
A little shove in the back that time from Doherty is called as Junior 2 out of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Several players from the Democratic Republic of Congo on this Charlotte roster.
Just talks about the platform the USL offers.
Now Armin and Lasso there to head it out. Did not let that cross do any more damage.
Well, Jake Arman, you cannot let him go and drift into spaces. 4 assists last season, first on this team. And with a beautiful left foot.
Evan Lauro directing traffic. Saw Irvin Parra there. Targeted by Charlotte. guy we talked about in the open. Such a force on set pieces just like this. Marcelo Palomino will tee it up. Lasso once again first to it.
Well, no surprise that Forrest Lasso is the one with the clearance. 114 clearances last season.
On the ground this time, and there is Evan Lauro.
Evan Lauro, 8 clean sheets last season out of 16 games. Half of his games were clean sheets. Just amazing to have him at the back.
Lauro certainly invaluable to the Rowdies last year, as Lasso and Scarlett were as well. That backline goalie combination is clutch for Tampa Bay in such critical moments, especially in the postseason. Now it's Doherty across the midfield line. Scarlett passing again, trying to get it to Antley. He had it tipped away.
Well, great recovery by Jordan Doherty. Heavy touch got him into trouble. And number 22 has turned into Mr. Dependable for this Rowdies team. Brandon Miller taking evasive action. Now, just looking at the setup of this Rowdies team, we talked about the creativity on the wings. And Connor Antley, a little bit more of a defensive presence, just is not giving that sort of skillful width we're so used to seeing with this Rowdies team, but he is going to provide that defensive cover for the back three. Looks like Jordan Doherty, Lawrence Wyke, and Zach Steinberger are going to have to carry the burden of creating chances tonight.
Steinberger able to win it. Zach Steinberger sending it. Dos Santos going to get it. Can he get there before the end line as he goes airborne right over that Coca-Cola sign? Great hustle by the veteran.
Well, exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Collins. His big man, number 10, chasing that ball. It went out of bounds. The Coca-Cola board, of course, is going to be there all year long and waiting for helpless players.
That replay brought to you by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg. Steven Dos Santos, so excited late in his career to be a Rowdy. An incredible gesture from Tampa Bay and more reason to cheer for goals. The Rowdies will donate $250 to Bayfront Health St. Pete Foundation for every goal. Could this be the first? Got into the final third, just grazed it that time before the run is broken up.
Well, Connor Antley being released on that right-hand side, trying to play that ball in the corridor of uncertainty. Just couldn't find a Rowdy shirt to finish off that move.
But you see slowly the Rowdies' run starting to become a little bit more confident, starting to connect a little bit better.
Well, as soon as they gain possession, they're sprinting right into position now and getting into that offensive spaces to create chances.
Jake Arman and now Christian Dean. Hugh Roberts. Right side now from Charlotte. Independence with Bronico. Dos Santos gets a foot on it. Rowdy's trying to get it back. Instead, Palomino. Kevin Riascos, a touch. The Colombian, big part of the Independence plans here this year. Try and service it into the box. Coming up, second try, and there's Laurel to take care of it.
Well, we talked about Arman a little while ago, the number 4 for Charlotte. He's just drifting into spaces, and once he gets that ball, has the ability to put the pass on the ground, on the carpet, or in the air with great accuracy.
Talked a lot about the current Rowdies players and the ones that are new here this year. Have to also mention the ones that are no longer with the club. The Kyle Murphys, Malik Johnsons, Adam Najim, Dom Maduro, huge over the last few seasons. So certainly going to miss those guys, but overall, with the additions, Tampa Bay feels like they are primed and ready for another run.
Well, as part of this league and these players looking for other opportunities, as well as the team looking for other opportunities, and the combination of those two things, players are going to come and go.
Dos Santos waiting for it. Oh, did not want that flag to go up. In fact, he was looking at the other side and says, hey, man, I was in position.
Steven Dos Santos, looks like Tori Penso is having a smile. Steven Dos Santos saying, I'm going to hire my lawyer to argue that one.
Throw it in on the far side now. Junior at 2. Trying to fight through the Rowdies defense. And Lasso goes down and gets right back up. He is a showman, isn't he?
He's also a lumberjack, Drew. Did you know that? He's also a lumberjack, a defender, and a showman.
Yeah, you gave him that nickname, I believe. Was either you or our producer director Art Dryce, one of you, whoever lays claim?
I'm going to give it to Art Dryce.
You've had a few nicknames that have stuck over the years, and one guy that we're not going to see tonight, of course, Juan Tejada, the fox in the box, maybe your most famous nickname. He is over there near the bench, but he is not dressed out here tonight.
Well, Juan Tejada has had a little bit of the sophomore blues last season, and with this competitive Rowdy team, he's going to have to play his way back in and get minutes.
Bronico now. Marked very tightly. Good move, though, to get free. Lawrence White trying to stay with him. And again, Loro there to take it up off the ground.
That was an excellent move by Bronico.
You're absolutely right. Juan Tejada, of course, one of the fan favorites. You have to really battle hard to get minutes because there are so many different options for Tampa Bay as far as scoring goals.
And that's the thing, when you reach the top like Tampa Bay did, the Rowdies did last season, in order to improve on that or to stay in that position, you have to actually get better, believe it or not. And I think they actually did do that in the offseason by retaining key players like Juan Tejada, like a Malik Johnson, and then bringing in new players like a Lawrence White.
And there's Lucky Mkosana as well right there, putting his hand up. Lucky also not in the 18 here tonight.
Uh-oh.
Scarlett laying down on the ground right now, and hopefully he is not seriously hurt.
Looking at the replay here.
Oh.
Looks like Irvin Parra, or is it Palomino? Is it Parra landing awkwardly on Jordan Scarlett's leg?
A little tied up that time, and that replay brought to you by Bayfront Health St. Petersburg. All of our replays brought to you by Bayfront Health St. Petersburg this season. So excited to have them as a sponsor once again as you get a look at Irvin Parra.
We talk about fresh starts and players moving around. Irvin Parra had a lull sort of season last year in San Diego. And he comes now to the east side of town in Charlotte, and trying to rejuvenate that career. He's certainly a handful. Not only does he score goals, but he can create chances as well. Good feet, the number 9.
Jordan Scarlett, ball his feet once again. Midfield able to take it away. Here come the Independents. Jake Arman spreads it left. Christian Dean service in. Oh, very creative that time and still alive. Independents once more. Another try. This one will be shot straight on. And calling for a handball that time. Not going to get it. Instead, Ryan, another call.
Looks like it was an offside call when the shot was taken. Tori Penso, the referee tonight, right on the call, saying no, right away to the handball appeals. There it is again. The ball coming back across the goal. Here's Palomino back across again. There was the shot. And then when he gets the ball here now, he's in an offside position when the shot was taken. Palomino.
Bayfront Health St. Petersburg replay once again. And now the Rowdies. Guenzati has been awfully quiet. Has not had many touches here in this first half.
You know, and that's a barometer of your midfield. Are they supplying him the ball? Are they giving the ball to his feet or creating space for him? So a lot falls on the midfield to help Guenzati get that sort of room to create an impact in the last third. And of course, full credit to Charlotte Independence, who've kept an eye on him, actually about 4 eyes on him.
Dahlgaard. Steinberger flying in. And contact this time. Spikes were up. And the official going to hand out her first yellow.
Well, Zach Steinberger, veteran, knows exactly what this Rowdies team needs. And in the middle of the park, just trying to get things a little more physical, get some sort of character going in the middle of the park. Goes into the referee's books. Here it is again. Everything is sort of flat for the Rowdies, and he comes in, studs up. Very, very dangerous play.
Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg replay. Here in the 35th minute is Marcelo Palomino now with a free kick. See a big portion of the field there wide open. Evan Loro in goal for Tampa Bay. This one driven. Tampa Bay's defense drifting back. So far, Charlotte got to be happy with the way that they have played things thus far. Just withstand the barrage. It's been a few good Rowdies chances. Just stay in the game. Give yourself a chance to win it late.
Jordan Doherty trying to make a quick switch over to Sebastian Dahlgaard.
Well, Rowdies fans, Rowdy Coin, a new season-long flexible ticketing option designed to give you the opportunity to attend any matches during this season. Visit rowdysoccer.com to purchase your Rowdy Coin today. I hope you've got some Bitcoin, right, in your portfolio. Right now, that is blowing up, although it has been a little down here over the past few weeks.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to have a Rowdies coin in my portfolio.
Without question, that's even more valuable.
Looks like Tori Penso is going to address Aaron Guillen and Irvin Parra.
So cool, though, the Rowdies coming up with their own currency and a new way for fans to enjoy different parts of the Rowdies experience.
I mean, that's when you're big, Drew. When you have your own currency, okay? And if you in the Tampa Bay area, you deserve it. Between the Bucks, the Rowdies, the Lightning. Can I keep going?
It's been quite a year. Why end it? Keep things rolling here. Oh, looking for a foul, just dragged down to the ground, and finally the whistle comes out as Dos Santos was yanked by Hugh Roberts.
Well, things are starting to get a little bit chippy now. Zach Steinberger started that about 2 or 3 minutes ago, and here comes Tori Penso's having none of it.
That's the first thing I asked him when I talked to him before the game. The challenge of keeping these guys under control. Lots of emotions on opening night.
6 months without soccer, and here's Dos Santos and Roberts locking up, and there's the hand from Dos Santos coming out right underneath the referee's nose.
As seen there in our Bayfront St. Petersburg replay. Here comes Charlotte now on the run. Bronico. Another blast that time from distance, and you can tell the Independents, anytime they're anywhere in range with a little space, they're going to let it go.
Correct. Just trying to create some sort of offense and trying to conjure up a goal here on the road. And Bronico, with that MLS experience, certainly has the green light.
38th minute. Scoreless here in Tampa Bay. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and our phenomenal crew bringing you Rowdies Soccer on ESPN+. How about the homestand for Tampa Bay to start the year? Home next week and the week after that and the week after that as well.
I think it's called good weather, Drew. When you live in the Tampa Bay area, St. Pete, This sort of weather, the USL, of course, is going to try to take advantage of that and play those home games here.
Get them in early.
That's right.
Palomino working out of center circle here. Charlotte Independence, one of the better teams in the USL, and Tampa Bay. Quite a clash here on opening night. Scarlett gives it a ride, and there's Dos Santos again, starting to feel a little more comfortable here. Brandon Miller comes up. Oh, goal is wide open. Guenzati knows it. Seba trying to get a foot on it as Miller frantically gets back in position and on his line.
Well, Brandon Miller has had some nightmarish touches in this opening half for the Charlotte Independence. Seba Guenzati has a great chance.
Take away by Wyke, and contact made. Rowdies will have it in a really good spot. And a yellow's going to follow here.
Connor Antley got pickpocketed, and Lawrence Wyke had oodles of space in the offensive third. Here it is again. He steals it, and yep, had no choice but to bring him down and go into the referee's books. Now, this is the point. The reason that Neil Collins sorted out Forrest Lasso, Steven Dos Santos, Jordan Scarlett is also for moments like these, trying to get goals on dead ball situations. They certainly amped that up last season with Scarlett and Lasso getting on the score sheets. Now we have Steven Dos Santos, a third target for Zach Steinberger to pick out.
Zach Steinberger, the perfect setup guy here in the 41st minute. Let's see where he places this ball. Rowdies crashing down. Lasso elevates. And now foot put on it, but it heads into the stands over the crossbar. Stick around. Halftime coming up here in Tampa Bay. We'll go behind the design. The Rowdies with a brand new logo. We'll take you into the reasoning behind that. It is so sharp and so cool for this historic franchise. We'll have highlights and stats from the first half, and also Ryan, your first half recap, second half outlook as well, all coming up at the half. Now it's Tomas Deviardi. Tries to send it ahead. Nobody there, though, but Loro to take care of it.
Deviardi, again, a defensive type player on that wing, having some room to create, but just can't find that final product, that final pass to set something up.
Getting over to it is Wyke. Lawrence Wyke very active here in the first half. He'll send it in on the ground. Miller there to pick it up.
The motor just does not run out. Lawrence Wyke, if you need him. Here he is again, starting from the left, cutting inside, gets the shot off. Very easy for Brandon Miller, but it just shows the energy that he has. And that replay was from Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg.
Get used to saying it, Ryan. We're saying it a lot this year. We are so excited to have them aboard. Jordan Scarlett going down that time. And the Rowdies will reset here. Keep in mind, last few minutes of a half, usually crazy things can happen.
Well, at this point, players, they are attuned to play 45 minutes halves, so their stamina starting to come down a little bit, expecting a break mentally. So mistakes are made at the end of halves.
Another whistle here. So Steinberger gets up a little gingerly. Had contact over on that far side. Hugh Roberts, 6'4". He is really like the Forrest Lasso of this Charlotte team.
Correct, just such an integral part of that back line. Just what a presence he is.
Rowdies now moving it. Dos Santos trying to turn. Now does just that. Circles back. Doherty will handle it, and the Rowdies will build from the back here in the 44th minute. Oh, Lasso just misfires there as Guillen didn't expect it. Good to see Aaron Guillen back here in Tampa Bay. He had a tremendous season in his first with the Rowdies.
Talk about coming into a back line, a whole new back line with Forrest Lasso and Jordan Scarlett. Just leaving your mark on the 2020 season. Aaron Guillen, second in the USL in passes, 1,033. Talk about having confidence to build the ball out to the back through the number 33 for the Rowdies. Just so comfortable on the ball.
As soon as we find out extra time, we will let you know here. Crowd has been into it since the start. You can just sense they are hungry for a goal. Quinzati now turning around and attacking. Here come the Rowdies once again. This ball sails over, sent in a little bit heavy-footed.
With Sebastian Dalgard being the righty on the left-hand side, the defender forces him to his weaker left foot. And as a result, that one sails over.
And 1 minute extra time here before halftime. Independence with Armin. Fresh off that yellow card. Shaking it off here, he gives it up. Wyke and the Rowdies. Perhaps one final run here as the clock ticks down to halftime. Now, this is likely going to be the last sequence here. So both teams having some moments in the first half. Few scoring chances for the Rowdies, but no damage done on either side. Feels like opening night here thus far. Both offenses a little bit out of sync, but the effort's certainly there. Should be a great second half. Scoreless and Tampa Bay with our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show coming up next.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Introducing Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. It's 6 times filtered, has 0 grams of sugar, no artificial aftertaste, and is USDA certified organic. We're not playing around. New Cucumber Lime Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. As real as it tastes.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. Baycare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our Baycare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. Baycare, humanity at work.
Welcome to halftime, brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Scoreless at the half. Tampa Bay and Charlotte. Rowdies fans having a ball. Hungry for a goal here after 45 minutes and change. And the season opener for the Rowdies. Great to have you with us, everybody, alongside Ryan Davis. I'm Drew Felios. So much happening in the offseason in terms of players and signings. And, of course, making this stadium look better than ever. But also a new alternative logo for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And as we're about to show you, tons of thought and tons of creativity went into it.
A little shocked at first because you're so used to just seeing the traditional word mark. And the feedback is like, oh, different, like it. This is going to be fun.
The Rowdies logo is one word that, for me, comes to mind, and it's iconic. You know, even as a player, you know, growing up in the UK, I knew who the Tampa Bay Rowdies were and kind of what they were. I think this new logo that will go on our second kit is it's a nod to that tradition. It's like a nod to the past.
Well, on my jacket here, a vintage jacket, this is Ralph Rowdy, which was a character that they had as being like a super rowdy fan or rowdy player. And we also had a mascot.
When I created this crest, the most important thing is that I wanted the fans to really be able to connect with it and be passionate about it and feel strongly about it. I wanted a crest that the players would be proud to wear on their chests. If you're a professional sports team, you also want to have a sense of an attitude and intensity to it. But I wanted to give Ralph also meaning. I wanted Ralph to be based off these early founders of the game that established the rules of modern day soccer.
And then just the 75-10, I think it pays such homage to the organization. Right? We're very unique in the sense that we've had a birth and a rebirth. And so it's a way for someone to ask that question, what does 75-10 mean? And if you don't know, you're going to feel like, I want to be a part of this 75-10 culture.
I look at my kids that come and watch and their friends and the other families that come. You know, that could be the first jersey that they ever buy and wear. And it's up to us as a club and team to make them feel, you know, positive about that and give them good memories so that as they grow up, that means something to them.
Oh, it's going to be a great season here in 2021. Rowdies and Independents scoreless at halftime. Much more coming up, including halftime stats and highlights, and we'll hear from Ryan Davis right after this.
I wasn't going to let anything get in my way of achieving my goals, which were to be a professional soccer player. So the first opportunity I got at preseason, when a teammate asked like if I was dating a girl or something, I just came out to a bunch of my teammates at dinner and said, no, I'm gay. All I needed to do was that one time, because then I didn't lie. Your sexuality should never limit you from playing the sport you love.
He's scored! San Diego takes the lead.
We all want to support our community and small businesses, protect the environment and our kids' future, and above all, help others when they need it. That's why every day, our energy goes into delivering reliable, cleaner, affordable energy. The energy that promises a better tomorrow with new jobs and opportunities and helps everyone move forward together. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Welcome back to downtown St. Pete as we look at our USL storylines. USL will welcome in Queensboro FC next season. Their inaugural year in a 7,500-seat soccer-specific stadium. Louisville City's FC's Paulo Del Piccolo, Player of the Week in Week 1. Congratulations to him. And the top 5 power rankings. The Rowdies on top of the league. Phoenix, El Paso, Louisville City, and San Antonio rounding out the top 5. Well, last night, Hartford takes down New York Red Bulls. Indy 11 leading Birmingham here tonight. And the rest of the games, Tulsa, Sporting KC, OKC Energy, and Atlanta United 2 playing. Just about to get underway. When we come back, first half highlights, stats as well. Ryan Davis chimes in, and we'll get ready for half number 2.
What is fetchable storage? It's the best parts of today's moving and storage options combined. It's your storage unit on a truck that you drive. You save time by only loading it once. You save money, and it's easy and safe. Just fetch your storage container, fill it up, and bring it back. We'll take it from there. Visit redrovers.com now for a free month storage. Red Rovers Fetchable Storage saves you time and money.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida...
I think that I like you.
Welcome back to the Visit Tampa Bay halftime show where Treasure awaits. Hopefully tonight Treasure awaits the Rowdies. They're still awaiting their first goal against Charlotte. First half highlights. Ryan Davis, Rowdies celebrating their 2020 Eastern Conference Championship. Coming out excited but a little bit off on defense here early on.
First game jitters, people not picking up their markers, and Charlotte Independence almost capitalizes. Here's the shot from outside the box by Palomino. The bicycle kick, easy for Evan Lowry. On the other end, Zach Steinberger finds Lawrence Wyke, trying to find Steven Dos Santos, the new guy in the middle. But Tampa Bay just cannot capitalize. Good defending in the end by the Independents. There's Connor Antley now. Patience, finds Zach Steinberger. More patience, finds Lawrence Wyke. And the leading shot blocker in the USL, Brandon Miller with the easy save.
That right there, the best chance for the Rowdies in the first half. And then it was Wyke again, so active on the ground that time. But those creases are going to start to open up here in half number 2. Let's take a look at our halftime stats and what stood out to you.
Well, Rowdy's possession was pretty good. And the yellow cards, the players have been getting a little bit chippy, but the cards have been shown. I think both teams are pretty solid, but just cannot capitalize in the last third because of the rust of the offseason.
Upcoming games for the Rowdies. You have Pittsburgh next week, then Phoenix and Miami as well. That game with Phoenix is going to be a barn burner on the 15th. National TV audience as well. But the first 4 games for the Rowdies here at home before heading to New York Red Bulls on June 2nd. All right, Ryan, your thoughts on half number 2. What should we expect?
I think Coach Collins and Mike Jeffries will be happy that no goals were conceded for both of their teams. But for Coach Collins, being a home team and also the opening game, would want a little bit more offense and chances created in the last third. I think Leo Fernandez is going to come on that natural left-hand side. Sebastian Dalgard will go across to the right, and the Rowdies can get back to their MO of creating opportunities on the wings for Steven Dos Santos and Seba Guenzati. Now, the Charlotte Independents, they've done a great job so far. They have weathered the storm in this opening game in Allang Stadium, I think they continue to be disciplined defensively, try to create some counterattacks, come out here with a point, and if you can steal a goal on a counterattack, I think the Independents will be more than happy with that result. So more attack from the Rowdies with their substitutes, and Charlotte Independents, more of the same, disciplined, try to find a goal on a set play or a counterattack on the other end.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much. And should be an exciting second half coming to you here from downtown St. Pete. Stadium looks absolutely beautiful here on opening night. And the Rowdies providing the atmosphere that we're going to have for all of 2021. Fans so excited to come back to the stadium, take on and take in Rowdy soccer. And the team eager to deliver another run towards a championship. So Forrest Lasso did his job through the first 46 minutes. Defense, few breakdowns, but able to recover. Jordan Scarlett as well with Aaron Guillen. That guy right there, extremely active. That's Lawrence White, midfielder out of Bolton, England, straight out of Atlanta FC. Couple goals he had in the preseason, and he was a hair away from getting in the scoring column here.
That industry, that know-how in the middle of the field has created all sorts of problems for the Charlotte Independence team. Lawrence Wright making his debut tonight, and what a first 45 minutes it is for the Englishman.
Irvin Parr will set it down for the visitors. Steven Dos Santos trying to get acclimated also in half number one. Rowdies did have several closed scrimmages in the preseason, but just feels different. It hits different here on opening night.
Well, these teams did play in the preseason over at the USF field with the Rowdies winning 3-1. But it's totally different when that actual whistle blows off for the new season. And Charlotte Independents have not given the Rowdies an inch in this opening 45 minutes.
A little shove in the back that time from White. Called immediately. Marcelo Palomino looks up. An official gives him a warning that time. We had 2 yellows handed out, 1 to each team in the first half. As you look at our Bayfront Health St. Petersburg replay.
Well, Palomino, US U20 international, just waited for the contact to come from White and just went over.
Marcelo Palomino out of Houston, Texas. Defers this time, and that's headed. Oh, Laura with a beautiful save. And upended his lasso as he nearly goes into the stands that time. What a sequence.
Well, something out of nothing for Charlotte. We talked about them trying to conjure up a goal here on the road. Great ball by Armand, the header, and what a save by Evan Lauro. And Forrest Lasso gets tumbled over the advertising boards.
World-class save there by Evan Lauro. And now Jake Armand. Corner kick on the way, the in-swinger. Another header they're trying to set up. Rowdy's able to come away with it. Guillen. And into the game is Lewis Hilton for Tampa Bay. He wears number 4. And that time colliding. He's a player down. So Hilton in for Doherty. Here to start half number 2. And the official just says, hey, calm down, son. You know you're energetic, just checking in, but got to be careful there.
6 months worth of practice on the practice field. The opening run by Lewis Hilton. Everything is left out in those opening strides, and Mr. Eto got the worst of it. Another dead ball situation, and it's Armand again.
Connor Antley on the ground, gives it back now. Junior 2. Another ball driven. Rowdy's marking very tightly there. And this is Sebastian Dahlgaard. Ball at his feet, in stride. He's got some help as well.
Well, it looks like Lewis Hilton is in now just to try and create some offense with his passing range. Looks like he's coming for Jordan Doherty.
That's Guenzati. Guenzati the service. And this one sails over as well.
Well, you want to know why Lewis Hilton is in the game. As we see Sebastian Dalgaard, the man from Denmark, just holding on that left wing. Being a righty on the left-hand side gives him that opportunity to cut in and create chances. With Lewis Hilton, 3 assists, 28 chances created, second on this team, 12 shots as well, and a great dead ball specialist.
Dos Santos, Steinberger, Sebastian Dalgaard, and Hilton sharing. Remember, we're also, eventually this season, we'll see Jan Ekra. He's also back with Tampa Bay. Such a key offensive piece from a season ago. This ball driven again into the box, headed out by Guillen. Settled nicely, and now Dalgaard heading upfield with Dos Santos.
Oh, great turn.
Oh, Dos Santos tries to squirm out of it that time. Got tied up with Roberts.
Dos Santos pleading for a yellow card. Great turn by the Cape Verdean. Here he is again. Looks one way and goes the other. Tried to get a yellow card, as seeing that Kevin Riascos did not play the ball.
Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg replay all over at that time. Get the feeling this could very well be a 1-0 game when it's all said and done. Team struggling just a little bit offensively here up to this point.
Correct. I think the Rowdies missing that creativity on the wings and having to come through the middle.
Tampa Bay trying to charge upfield. And now Charlotte. Chance to counter the other way. Marcelo Palomino again. Palomino looks really good here every time he has had it. Hilton. Fresh legs off the bench. Trying to find Guenzati. Hilton gets back up. Now it's Dos Santos, little room to work. Steinberger couldn't get to it.
It's the little passes by Hilton in those tight spots. The accuracy is just right there. The pace of the ball is perfect for his teammates. Just makes such a difference.
Rowdy's still trying to continue this run. And finally, Charlotte will take it over. You can download the new Rowdies app today. This app will give our fans the digital tools to get in the game, packed with features like a digital match guide, exclusive Rowdies content, tickets, and much more. The app available on both Apple and Android stores, or go to rowdiessoccer.com. 52nd minute. Scoreless here in Tampa Bay. Drew Felios with Ryan Davis. Brant Bronico. Again, switch it across the pitch. Clay Dimmick as well. And it'll be played back to Brandon Miller.
I would like to see the Rowdies push a little bit higher up with their press. Just haven't seen much of Irvin Parra and Marcelo Palomino to show that they can hurt this back line with a counter-attack. Just seems that they're a little bit more reserved, the Rowdies. Just trying not to give away too much on the counter-attacks, and hence just being reserved and moving forward.
Guillen a little tied up as Palomino goes down right there with him. Scarlett has got his target. Hits it nicely. It's Antley. And now Wyke. Wyke left side. Dalgaard. Oh, switch back. Put a little move on the defense there. Shot it just a little bit left.
Well, he earns himself and his team a corner. Sebastian Dalgaard is exactly what he wants, what Coach Colin wants on that left-hand side. Just drifting in, cutting in, and then getting that shot off. It gets a deflection. That replay, of course, by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg.
Corner kick coming on here for Tampa Bay. This ball is blasted. A little far. Oh, Lasso goes up. Still alive here. And eventually cleared by Charlotte.
What a peach of a ball that was by Lewis Hilton. Trying to find Forrest Lasso at that last post. In the end, the big number 3 just couldn't get onto it.
This is Wyke again. Dos Santos. Another collision. And we're going to have a foul here. And that is going to be another yellow card. And it'll be issued here to Sebastian Dahlgaard in the 54th minute.
Well, Dahlgaard trying to just break up that counter-attack. Rowdies were caught short-handed at the back. Here he is coming all the way across and just hits him the old NFL middle linebacker tackle.
Second yellow card handed out to the Rowdies. Sebastian Dahlgaard in the books. Steinberger comes up, just takes it away. Flat out picked the pocket of Christian Dean. See those one-on-one battles. They're happening on the wings.
Well, Coach Collins, if he's looking for some reinforcements up front, he's not going to find it with Juan Tejada and Lucky Nkosana. Looks like Steven Dos Santos is going to be on this field for the long haul tonight.
Now it's Hilton.
Hilton just has that ability to spray the ball around the park and goes right back to get it. Exactly what you want. He wants to get on the ball. He wants to create something deep in his own half or in the midfield area.
Now Jordan Scarlett. Hilton sending it wide again. 1-2, and Charlotte again takes over. The USL on ESPN continues Thursday, May 6th. ESPN Deportes the place, an early season cross-divisional showdown. Rio Grande Valley welcomes in Landon Donovan's San Diego Loyal SC as the USL Championship season hits full stride. RGV in San Diego from the Valley, May 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern. ESPN Deportes. Landon Donovan really getting so involved in that San Diego franchise.
Just great to see U.S. players coming back and contributing off the field like that, like Landon Donovan, bringing all that experience that he had in Europe and of course with the U.S. national team, and just taking hold of a club and creating the club from the beginning and following through on it. Just does wonders for the soccer culture in this country.
Absolutely. Dos Santos now, ball in front of him. Steven Dos Santos. Oh, nice flick over from Guensati. Contact in the box. Looking for a call, and there it is.
Well, Sebastian Dahlgaard won that one back. But referee Tori Penso was right on the mark. She waited to see if there was any advantage. Here it is. There's the foul on Lawrence Wyke. Dahlgaard had the advantage. There was no advantage there. And she pulled it right back and pointed to the penalty spot.
So Rowdies with the penalty kick here in the 57th minute. And you see some of the Charlotte players in disapproval. It's going to be Sebastian Guensati taking on Brandon Miller. Hugh Roberts still pleading his case.
Trying to tell the referee that they had the advantage with Dahlgaard. He missed the opportunity.
So
Brandon Miller, excellent shot stopper, Drew. He's going to have a chance. Here's the stare down on Guensati.
And is that ever a stare down here? Seba Guensati, chance to get on the board for his first goal in 2021. And the Rowdies' first of the season. Here we go. Tampa Bay has gotten on the scoreboard. It's 1-0.
El Capitan leading from the front. The stare down by Brandon Miller. No problem for the Uruguayan. And he knows exactly where to go. There's Ralph's mob, Skyway Casuals. Takes his time and slots it the other way. Brandon Miller chose the wrong direction, and Gwenzati immediately goes to the reserves. There they are. Well, goals change matches, Drew. Now Charlotte Independence could no longer be flat-footed, neutral. They have to push forward. There's Gwenzati putting Brandon Miller the other way.
And one more look on the Bayfront Health St. Petersburg replay. Stadium alive and well. Gwenzati gets the Rowdies on the board. And with Seba Gwenzati's goal, the Rowdies have donated $250 to the Bayfront Health St. Petersburg Foundation. Incredible gesture this year with each goal, $250 donated to Bayfront Health St. Pete.
Now, let's see how the atmosphere of this game changes now. Conference, the Rowdies have their tails up in the air. Charlotte have to try and conjure up a goal to get a point.
I have a feeling things really going to open up here. Also just kind of let you relax just a little bit. You know, things seemed just a little bit tight, didn't they, up until that goal by Gwenzati?
It does so much, both mentally and just for the players' spirits all around. Just to get a goal, to see that ball end up in the back of the net, it's just a little bit of a sigh, a little bit of your shoulders as the pressure comes off of you, and the players are going to start playing a little more openly.
Again, bodies flying around. Contact on Scarlett inside the center circle to belong to Charlotte. You know, Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. And if you live in this Tampa Bay area, oh, have they been visiting from all over the country over the last few months? I'll tell you what, man, there are a lot of people here, especially during the months of March and April. Wow.
You actually have to book an appointment to jump in your car and go on the road. It's that bad.
Absolutely. Proud resident of Clearwater Beach, and man, the people, the fun had on the island. St. Pete Beach ranked #1 in the country.
Quite rightly so.
Yep.
St. Pete Beach is paradise. You know, they call Florida the foot that dangles in the Caribbean Sea. That's what they call it.
That certainly is. TripAdvisor's #1 beach, St. Pete Beach. And Rowdies with a 1-0 lead on the Charlotte Independence. 62nd minute. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. Thrilled you're aboard with us here on this Saturday night as Noah Paravicini will check in. The midfielder out of California, and also number 11, Tresor Mbuyu, gets set to check in.
Trudy, as Irvin Para didn't have the opening game that he'd have wanted. Didn't get on his scoring sheet, didn't create much chances, but he certainly has his work cut out with this Independence team this year. Quick word on Tresor Mbuyu, the 22-year-old Congolese, tireless runner off the ball, Drew. Had 1 goal last season, but he's going to be a lively body for the back three to stay in front of for Charlotte.
Palomino trying to do a lot himself, and lots of green and gold around him. Hilton, meanwhile, like a machine as he tried to get it up to Steinberger. Really like the life that Lewis Hilton has brought onto the pitch here tonight off the bench. White now, here's Hilton. Hilton, he is like an engine right now powering this Tampa Bay side.
With also the guile on the ball to go along with it. Not only the energy, but the touch as well.
Dos Santos wins it. Rowdy's starting to win those 50-50 balls as Antley settles. Forrest Lasso heads it out. Charlotte will toss it in. Sebastian Gwenzati 10 goals last season for the Rowdies. Already has his first off the PK. And it was the newcomer, Lawrence White, who drew the contact that set it up. Here come the Independents now. Attacking. Rowdies quickly trying to clear it. And that was Aaron Guillen getting in.
Well, you cannot rest in this league. There's enough talent where opportunities are going to be created. And it's that same guy again in Buyu getting right into the 18-yard area. He's trying to square that ball across. It's Aaron Guillen. He's trying to talk to Evan Laro and calm his mind.
Jordan Scarlett marking tightly. And we're going to have another corner here for the Independents. And this is going to be Marcelo Palomino heading over there.
What a talent this young man is, on loan from Houston Dynamo, US U20 international.
Remember, it's a little bit of a humid night. Both teams starting to feel it just a little bit. This ball sent on, and it's going to sail over and become a goal kick for Evan Laro. Looks like not going to be content here with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ryan, you want to try and add to it here.
Well, guess who it is? Looks like Sebastian Dalgard is coming off, and it looks to be the Samba man himself, Leo Fernandez, the Danish player for the Brazilian, and he's going on to his traditional left-hand side. Didn't get the start tonight, but boy, the tired defender on this right-hand side is going to have a long 35 minutes to stay in front of Leo Fernandez.
Dos Santos holds things up. Steven Dos Santos. Hilton drives it high.
Dos Santos, the epitome of that target man. The ball gets outside of the box and he's like, can somebody come and get this ball, please, so I can get back into the box.
Great to see Leo Fernandez. 5 goals last season for the Rowdies out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Become a household name for Tampa Bay. Tremendous what he has done for this franchise over the years.
And we talked about that creativity on the wings being the Rowdies' MO, how they create chances. Only Coach Collins would know, but Leo Fernandez now on the field and is going to provide that opportunity to create more chances on this left-hand side. There he is. Seba Guenzati, 90 appearances, and Leo Fernandez, 89 appearances for this Rowdies organization.
Well, turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Listen to the best matches of the week along with action from MLS, Premier League, and UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and Sirius XM app. Seba Guenzati goal the difference here in this game. Came off a penalty kick. Jake Garman trying to turn around. Tampa Bay now will throw it in on that far side.
You see Charlotte now pushing all the way up to try and cause some discomfort to this Rowdies back line. And moving the ball forward, and it's worked. It's gone right back to the Independents.
Palomino.
Oh, what a ball.
Ball just floated and found the spot. Pass a little too quick that time, trying to hit Padavicini. And Laro got there first.
What a reaction by Aaron Guillen and Jordan Scarlett, immediately closing down the space so Paravicini could not run onto it.
Taken away by Riascos. Riascos, right side. This is Clay Dimmick. Dimmick again, setting it wide. Palomino. Junior 2. And finally the flag goes up.
Yep, Palomino in an offside position as Etu played it back to him. He was coming in from that offside position, and great job by the linesman. It's Palomino again, another young talent in this USL league.
Evan Laura now sets it down. Rowdies fans not getting too comfortable here, just up a goal. Charlotte team just too dangerous. But a lead is a lead here in night number 1.
You know, one of the big questions the Independents had to answer this off-season was, how do you replace Dane Kelly, the all-time leading scorer in USL history?
Legend.
And they're going to have to find ways to try and get that ball in the back of the net, or else it's going to be a lot of pressure for their back line and their midfielders.
Lots of excitement with this franchise Charlotte. New stadium, American Legion Memorial Stadium. 10,500 folks. Gonna pack it day in and day out to watch this independent side. Rowdies now. Steinberger trying to square it up. And fans, we invite you to follow the Rowdies and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Join the more than 12 million sports fans already discovering ESPN+. Watch the championship live every week by signing up today at ESPNplus.com.
Yep, I watched the Borussia Dortmund game today on ESPN+. Never too far away from that app.
Once you have it, you will not live without it.
That's
we promise.
Right. And dare I say, Drew Felios, that I've watched my beloved cricket on that app as well. I know you want to get into it, and I'll give you the whole tutorial when I have a chance, Drew. Stop begging me. Stop begging me.
I keep putting that date off. I keep being busy, but I will eventually get to it, I promise.
Folks, he's lying. He begs me every day.
Brandon Miller now sends it high. Rowdies trying to get control of it. Wyke from distance just blasts it right into the video board.
Well, Lawrence Wyke is going to seek every opportunity with that busy body of his. He gets an opportunity here from about 25 yards out and tries to take out the Rowdies screen in the back of the goal.
Such a beautiful screen it is. And right under it, that 2020 Eastern Conference banner that the Rowdies unveiled at the very beginning of this game. Right there, fans on their feet right before the Rowdies were coming out onto the pitch, celebrating the season that was. And even though it did not end with a USL championship, still so special, the fact that it happened during the pandemic, the way the team, the fans, and the staff, everyone came together and made it happen.
That banner definitely belongs to the fans of this club. They are so loyal, so faithful. The players remind us every week that the fans are who count in this organization.
Dimmick off the head of Guillen. Now here's E2. Independents have spent a lot of time on the Rowdies side here in the second half. Surging forward now is Dean. Gets into the box. Goes down trying to draw contact. Officials not buying it.
Well, such a versatile player Dean is in number 88. He can play left center back. He can play left back. There he is. Wiry frame. So hard to stay in front of. And he gets that ball right into the 18-yard box. Goes down. But again, just shows how dangerous he is when he's marauding forward.
White again, very physical here in his Rowdies debut. Marcelo Palomino right there with him. And now Lasso will send it out of bounds. Another throw in here. Tell you what, very impressed by the fitness of this Charlotte side here on opening night. Really weathered the temperature well. They are working it right now. Junior 2 looking for the service. There it is. Loro in range. Gets airborne, goes down hard.
Talk about goalkeeper positioning. We talk about goalkeeping awareness. This man has it all. Reads the play right off of the foot of Etu, comes right out and makes it look so easy. It is not easy. Any goalkeeper would tell you that. To anticipate that play and just clean up for your defenders.
Certainly not easy as Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg's replay. Let us know. Aaron Guillen. And we'll send it back to Lasso, and the Rowdies will take their time here in the 75th minute. Hasn't been the prettiest showing here on opening night, but Tampa Bay in the driver's seat right now. Just where they want to be. Dos Santos trying to battle for it. He's had his moments tonight.
Well, Dos Santos has done everything right. He's run off the ball. He's pressed when he's been asked to. Just haven't had that final product. And I think that's a result of the Rowdies' entire team just being a little bit rusty after a long off-season. Just haven't provided many chances for Guenzati and Dos Santos. Guess who's on the ball here? This may look like it's way out, but Lewis Hilton can ping this ball on anybody's forehead. And I know Mr. Forrest Lasso is going to ask for one here, and Steven Dos Santos.
Yeah, his set pieces last season, absolutely beautiful. Tremendous setup guy. And
Such a weapon.
Can he do it again?
Jordan Scarlett there as well.
Here it comes. See Dos Santos, Lasso right behind him. Seba Guenzati sandwiched between. Lewis Hilton's drive looked pretty good. Lasso now heads it, and it's scored! Seba Guenzati! That's how you pull off the doubleheader.
Well, we talked about it just seconds ago. You think it would be harmless, but with Lewis Hilton and Forrest Lasso and Seba Guenzati in and around that box, there are going to be opportunities. What a pitch of a ball. Look at Forrest Lasso having the awareness right across the mixer, and Seba Guenzati, Johnny on the spot, gets his second. That is just called know-how, poacher of goals, Seba Guenzati. And that's number 2 for the night for El Capitan.
Seba Guenzati picking up right where he left off, thanks to our Bayfront Health St. Petersburg replay. And the Rowdies in Seba Guenzati's name tonight, $500 to Bayfront Health St. Pete Foundation. So $250 per goal. Seba Guenzati right now has taken over this game.
Well, the captain, the leader of the team, steps up yet again. Just tireless running. Kids at home, if you want to be a forward, you have to run and run and run. 95% of the time, the ball is not going to get to you, but the 5% of the time it does come to you, you make it count.
Rowdies lead doubled here in the 78th. And now stolen. Well, you talk about running. 27's done a lot of it here. Lawrence White. Guenzati with it again.
Guenzati knows he needs some support. Oh.
And now it's Hilton. How about Hilton's performance tonight? And you called it, Ryan, on that set piece. Certainly had a plan, and they executed it to perfection.
Such a weapon.
Dos Santos now to Guenzati. Little space to work with. Shot is on and scored! It's Leo Fernandez.
And they all run over to Coach Collins. We talk about a culture, a winning culture. It's been set in stone. It's right there on your camera. Sebastian Guenzati had the opportunity to score. He was on a hat trick. He has his shot, but no. Leaves it for Leo Fernandez, and the Samba man does it. And puts this game to bed. 3-0. Uruguay to Brazil with love.
It took a little while, but Rowdies soccer has arrived in 2021.
Well, we talked about goals change matches, Drew. That opening goal forces the Independents to come forward, make some energy, use some energy. Yes, Ralph Smog and Skyway Casuals giving you a taste of our land.
Rowdies fans having a ball. And in the name of Leo Fernandez, $250 to Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg Foundation. 3-0 Tampa Bay. And perhaps looking for more here. Steinberger trying to flick this one on. And the flag will go up. He'll be called for the offside.
Well, catch your breath, Alan. Ristori Penso leading the charge tonight, managing these two teams. Not an easy task. And Lawrence Wyke, talk about, didn't get on his scoring sheet, but created that first goal, the ever crucial first goal, by earning that penalty with his industrious character and endless running.
So 81st minute, 3-0 Rowdies. Hope you're enjoying it. USL on ESPN continues Thursday, May 6th. ESPN Deportes, Rio Grande Valley FC welcoming Landon Donovan's San Diego Loyal SC. USL Championship season will hit full stride. RGV in San Diego from the Valley, May 6th, 8 p.m. ESPN Deportes. Well, it is so great to see Al Link Stadium alive and well once again. Oh, Charlotte trying to take a goal with him. Loro's going to just watch it, though, right into his fingertips.
Well, he doesn't have to rush. Now he does.
Evan Loro does a lot of things outstanding, and one of them, he's got a great Ryan Davis impersonation. We saw that on Twitter last season, and I'll tell you what, it is... He's been watching you, listening to you for a long time, Mr. Davis. He pulls it off perfectly.
I have to tell you, the guy is talented. The guy nailed it. Within 5 minutes, he nailed it. It was amazing. And he's a heck of a goalkeeper too, Drew, by the way.
He certainly is. And there's some great characters, though, on this team. Quite a roster of young men they have put together. This is Palomino. Shown some flashes here tonight. He'll be challenged by Guillen. The official will let them play on. So Charlotte could only just kind of hang on for so long. Just knew that eventually Rowdies were going to get their chances, and in the second half they have.
The problem is you have to be perfect for so long, and that's so hard to do. And Charlotte just made that one error with the penalty. With the foul in the box, I should say, and it just opens up the floodgates.
And there's more jockeying that time. It's Bronico, and it is Wyke. You impressed tonight at Lawrence Wyke, what he's brought to the pitch?
You know, he's shown why he was picked to start. We were asking questions, you know, of Jan Ekra and other players. And Lawrence Wyke has shown us that engine that he has in the middle of the park is just hard to keep in front of. He's tackling, he's running off the ball, he has a good touch on the ball. And Coach Collins has to be very happy with this off-season selection.
Jack Steinberger went down that time. Rowdies players looking around to the officials, and we're going to have a yellow here. And Hugh Roberts going to get booked in the 84th minute.
Well, the Charlotte Independents 3-0 down. It's a very, very steep hill to climb.
How about Steinberger last year, though, Ryan? I mean, he had sort of an up and down season, had some big moments, and then in the biggest game of the year, the biggest stage at Louisville, comes through with that goal to put the Rowdies on the board. Had probably the most clutch goal of the season.
It was building, Drew. Zach Steinberger in the last half of that COVID season, we call it, just took off. He ended up with 4 assists. He was just always a dangerous player in the last third. And that goal at that time, it just epitomizes what Zach Steinberger is. Just such a heady player, a bright player. And he gets into spaces that other players don't read. And that's why he's on the field for the Rowdies tonight at that attacking midfield position.
Yeah, so gratifying. He had so many near goals on this pitch last season, and goes to Louisville and just absolutely sets it on fire.
Yeah, that ever crucial opening goal, Steinberger did it that night. That set the tone for the Rowdies.
Yeah, so big, Lynn Family Stadium will never be the same after that goal. Fans were shocked. Rowdies would add another goal, and eventually an Eastern Conference championship would follow. All right, another substitution. Dayon Harris, midfielder out of Ontario, Canada, with Real Monarchs last year. He's a former first-round MLS draft pick on the field right now for Tampa Bay, and Steinberger will get a much-needed break.
Yes, great shift by Steinberger, and here's another youngster coming on, Jordan Adebayo Smith from England, the youngest player on the team, only 20 years old. He is going to take over for Steven Dos Santos, the legend himself from Cape Verde. Another good shift by him.
So Rowdies fans watching and eager to get a glimpse at some of the new players on this 2021 side. You just look at these guys and you think, wow, everything comes together here. This could be a very, very special group.
But we talked about creating opportunities on the wing. Dayon Harris is one of those attacking midfielders that creates through the middle. And I think Coach Collins was trying to address that problem of when Rowdies wingers get pinned back. He has to have options through the middle as well.
Hilton, another service. Tampa Bay with Serbal, who just checked in. Lasso going down as well.
Okay. Looks like it was a Matt Serbly appearance as well.
Yep. Coach Collins emptying the bench here late. Lewis Hilton.
You know, it's a long season, and these players may not start for some time or see significant minutes for some time, but there will be opportunities for these players to get in and create havoc and make an impact on the game. And they just have to be ready when their number is called, literally.
Charlotte trying to get an opportunity here with time winding down. Oh, big shot on Laurel, and again, the keeper comes up big for Tampa Bay.
Well, Mbuyu, such skill just to put Forrest Lasso off balance to get the shot off.
Adebayo Smith trying to catch up to it for the Rowdies. Voids that end line. And will send it off the feet of Hugh Roberts. Corner kick coming up for the home side. A little frustration here from Brandon Miller as the Rowdies attack has stepped it into high gear here in half number 2.
I have to say, with Brandon Miller's distribution tonight, he has not had a good game. Excellent shot stopper, but really struggled with the ball at his feet.
Shalom Tuti out of Togo will come in. Defender, they're really high on him in the Charlotte organization. And coming out is Kevin Riascos, the Colombian. Another corner. This one nice and high. Miller comes down with it.
Of course, Brandon Miller's making me eat my words right now with a tremendous takeoff of that corner.
So duty for Riascos here in the final minutes. It's going to be a fun first month of the season as the first 4 games at home for the Rowdies.
Oh, what a team.
Guillen trying to catch up to it. So with all those home games, Ron, you have a chance, especially with this team getting better and better, you have a chance to put double-digit points on the board in the first month and really kind of just set the tone for the rest of the league, become that front runner that everybody's trying to catch.
And I think you have to. When you have 15 players coming back from last season, you're already supposedly gelled and have a lot of continuity. I think you have to be the front runner. You have to take that role on in the league.
Rowdies again working really quickly. Serval trying to get to the final third, denied right there.
Oh, I couldn't think.
Arbin getting it back. Good piece of soccer right there. And here's the Independents. Gotta like the way they are attacking here up until the final moments. That shot right into the side net as Tampa Bay scrambles back to defend.
Jordan Scarlett again, just so selfless, gets right into the action and gets in front of Mbuyu. And we talked about Mbuyu when he came on. As we see, Evan Lauro is Mbuyu. He's such a lively runner off the ball. He's going to get his opportunities. 22 years old, from the Democratic of Congo.
Fernandez, quick throw in. Leo Fernandez coming into the game for the Rowdies, notching his first goal of the season. 2 minutes of extra time here for Tampa Bay. And Rowdies still moving it very efficiently here late. This ball is crossed, cut off at the very last moment. You see some of the talent there from Dayon Harris.
Exactly what the Rowdies organization wanted with this young man, to come in and rather start games as well and really have an impact in the midfield by creating chances for the forwards. Had 3 assists last season with the Real Monarchs. Sorry, Drew, go ahead.
Had a couple goals in the preseason as well, mentioned. So certainly capable of getting into the scoring column. Now it's White. Rowdies will get their first victory here. 3 points as well. Harris, oh, that ball was set on the table. Nearly perfect, just a flick away from being 4-0.
Well, he's only on the field for 5 minutes. We've seen dribbling, we've seen the little short touches, and now we see the ball across the face of the goal.
Tough night for Brandon Miller and company. It was scoreless at the half. Tampa Bay with a 3-spot on the board here. And the second half, there's a player down right now for the Rowdies. And it looks like he is in a little bit of pain. We'll play on here momentarily. And it is Seba Quinsati. He is shaken up.
That does not look good, Drew.
Fernandez.
Oh.
Fancy footwork. We're so used to seeing it. And nearly was able to get to Serval. And hopefully Seba is okay. He is moving very gingerly.
He can't move.
Seba Quinsati. 2 goals tonight for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, leading the charge. Leo Fernandez adds another. And it's a pretty good start for Tampa Bay here in 2021. Quinsati looks like he is okay. Fans are certainly okay as the party has just begun. 3-0 to score. Rowdies over the Independents. We will wrap this one up from Al Lang Stadium when we come back.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. BayCare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our BayCare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. BayCare, humanity at work.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
You're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
You know it.
You got like an ice bath around here or something?
When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Opening night in the books for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and a successful one to say the least. They explode in the second half and run away with a 3-0 victory over the Charlotte Independents. One more look at some of the match highlights. The Rowdies in the second half simply came alive. Big opportunity here and awarded the PK. Contact with the Bucks right there. Lawrence White going down. Seba Gwensati cashes in.
He took his time, he watched Brandon Miller go one way and he put it the other, and El Capitan gets on the board. Here's Forrest Lasso with the awareness, back across the goal, and guess who's there? Lucky number 13, Seba Gwensati with his second tonight. Goes across to the reserves, to the subs.
Rowdies were not done.
Big Steven Dos Santos with the turn. Gwensati returns the favor, and Leo Fernandez, Uruguay to Brazil, and it's 3-0.
That picture right there tells the story. Coach Neil Collins celebrating with his guys. Opening night. Rowdies start with a bang. And there's the upcoming games. 3 straight home games through May 22nd. First time they'll hit the road is June 2nd at New York, then followed by a trip to Charlotte on June 5th. Hope you've enjoyed it. We certainly did. Rowdies 3 points to start the season as they build up to hopefully another USL Eastern Championship and League Championship to go with it. For our phenomenal crew, for Ryan Davis, my partner up here in the booth, I'm Drew Felios saying so long from downtown St. Pete, and we will see you next Saturday night right here on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.